We are up. We are live. Let me put on my uniform. The message went out. The black signal went out. I want to send shouts out to all those on the black signal team. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for allowing me to send y'all texts early in the morning or in the late afternoon and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's time for us to go on and handle our business. First, we got to do our health drink. So, first I got to take my shot. Shouts out to whoever out there already, because I see somebody already out there. For those that know, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. What's up, Anubis? This is a Heart of a Simple production, and of course, this is the Daily Toast. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and of course, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. What's up, Brother Anubis? Shouts out to Brother Anubis. He's in the pilot seat of Gye-Nyame Journey this morning. And I'm taking me a shot of that Phoenix blood. And then we're going to go and get ourselves started. Lines are open this morning. Let me go and make sure everybody know that. Post that up. First, let me take this shot. Phoenix blood. Got some. Good God Almighty! Roar. Make you wanna roar. All right, let me see. All right, let's see. We up. Now that's from yesterday. So what's going on? Come on, let's bring it up to date. So I want to make sure that everybody know that you call in at 61. Go ahead, Gina. I'm listening. Go ahead. 614-556-4535. Did you say 614-556-4535? Yes. Is that what you said? Yes. Is that right? Yes. Okay, it's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey, and the little Gye-Nyame ladies just said that the call-in number, the number to join the conversation is 614 call-in line. Let's say in line is what is it again? 614-556-4535. Okay. All right. Can you hear him in the background, Anubis? I want to make sure y'all can hear him. There we go. Call-in lines is up. I'm pinning it up for you up there. We also got the Daily Toaster shirts available. You know what I'm saying? Then we also got the app is up and kicking. I got to find somebody with iOS that I could trust, and I could send it to them, and they could go and put it up, because you need an Apple computer to even be able to get something in the App Store, which is it's not good for me, but it's a brilliant concept if you are a proprietary system like Apple, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that anybody that's going to be able to benefit and come up off of you is using your shit. I can't knock the hustle. You can't knock the hustle. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we're going to do. Send it to me, brother. I will see cool. And just let me know how much it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to, because I know I'm going to have to open up one of those accounts, and I don't want you to have to pay for nothing that I won't do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find. I know I got it. I'm gonna find the iOS. I'm gonna send you the email, and like I said, they got instructions on how to do it, and then we'll take care of that. All right. So here we go. I got my mighty glass. I'm getting stronger after that Kush reunion yesterday. I feel super strong and mighty. Drink your water. Come on. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath, drink drink, drink, breathe. Drink, 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 breathe. Then lift that glass and sip some water. Curl that glass and get some water. Press that glass and drink some water. Drink some water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now move your body, drink some water. I did my run. Move your body, drink some water. I did my stretches. Move your body, drink some water. I did my breaths. Move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Don't forget to move. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass. Drink, drink, drink. Lift. My fault. It's supposed to be raised. Drink, 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 raise. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Let me see. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Family, 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 family. I want to say peace. I want to say what's up. I want to say all those things to you today. I am thrilled. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to go. Well, actually, we did the EEC. I forgot that most of the young men are at Simba, or even their transportation to get here, to get to the school was at Simba. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of people, but we did it anyway. But then afterwards, I went, and we went to the Cush family reunion. And boy, my God, listen, let me tell you this, man. How's your grandson, Navita? We walked in, like I walked down the street. I had Kwame with me, so I had to walk Kwame up. And as I'm walking Kwame up, I'm looking at this event going down. And I turned around and looked at my kids and I said, you're free. You're home. Go. Because for the first time in a long time, there was an event where, damn! How is he? Is he all right now? He straight? You know what I'm saying? Because, damn. And he was taking it like a trooper. He didn't even want to leave. That boy loved his grandma because he didn't even want to leave. Oh, man. Well, anyway, we had a real good time. Kids was able to run around. They was safe. Round family got to meet other young people. I mean, it was so many children there that it was ridiculous. The DJ was nice. The food was excellent. The bar was tremendous. I'm just like, yo. And it was the best celebration thus far this year. It was broke into What in the hell did he fall off? God damn. And he was taking that shit like a trooper. And he's strong as, listen, he was squeezing the hell out my finger. He was moving. Oh my God. All right. So we gonna have to pour for the young man. We gonna have to pour for the young warrior because hey, that's some warrior shit right there. All right. But anyway, had a real good time. We also had a little gathering over here as well. The sign of the TV Awards for the conscious community. Some well-known people such as Zaza Ali also showed up. Felt great being with so many of our people, and not one fought, not one fight. So it went down. So is an event that I could see on YouTube, Brother Anubis? You know what I'm saying? And like, what was the awards? Can you give us a report on the awards or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Give us a call. 614-556-4535. All right, family. All right. So, but yeah, it went down yesterday. Unfortunately, I missed all the dancing and all the drumming, but I didn't miss that alcohol. My God. Lord have mercy. And like I said, the food was excellent. The entertainment was excellent. He might release some content later this week. The Advise Show meter got what? The Advise Show? That's good. That's good. So he expanding the market. I could dig that. So the Advise Show got there. So I wonder was Miss T there. You know what I'm saying? The little dark-skinned girl that have a show is not quite like, but she do a lot of stuff with Advise Show. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Lovely T. I wonder if Lovely T was there. Damn. All right, but yo, family, and it was a beautiful Lovely T. What? Oh man. See, maybe I might have to be there next year. I might have to cuss a little bit more on here so I can get me an award, right? But anyway, family, it went down yesterday. It was a beautiful time, except for watching my nephew sit over there in pain because he was trying to be in the place for his grandma. We're going to Apollo next year. Okay. Somebody on the line. Who on the line?
This is Levon. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that I am okay. I got a buckle fracture on my arm, which I broke my arm in like 2 places, but it's not completely broken.
What's up, dude? But hey, you say it's not completely broken.
Right.
Man, you took that like a trooper, man. You sat up in there. Dude. I mean, did they explain how was you able to squeeze my finger so hard if it was broke, man?
I don't know.
You must be Superman. You like Wolverine. You got a healing factor or something, man. What's going on? But it's good. Miss G.
I gotta wear this splint right now for like 7 days, but I get to take it off when I'm done wearing it. Like 7 days.
All right. I wanted to make sure it's good to hear your voice, man. It's good to hear your voice. That ain't your throwing arm, though, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man. All right, but you gonna heal. So now they say it's not totally broke. You just fractured it a little bit in 2 places?
Right.
What did you fall off?
What'd you say?
What did you fall off?
I fell off the bouncy house.
So you climbed up to the top of the bouncy house.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't on the inside? You was on the outside of it?
Right.
Man, ooh boy. You like adventure, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now check this out. I'm going to talk to your grandma about climbing walls. We're going to get you involved in some climbing walls. I see you like climbing, so we're going to have to get you in an environment where you could go on and do some real climbing. Because obviously the inside of the bouncy house was not enough for you. I could dig that though. But did you have a good time other than that?
Yeah.
Did you get to eat?
No, but it's only because I wasn't really hungry.
I could dig it. I could dig it. So I'm glad to know that you all right. I'm glad to know that you all right. And my daughter said, what's up?
So I said hi.
He said hi. What are you doing, Sasha? What? Go on away from my equipment before you break something. I mean, you've been kicking it around. Why don't you put that in the trash? It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. So, Ms. Zaza Ali was at the Sinetta Awards. Ms. Lovely T was at the Sinetta Awards. And we had a great time here in Columbus at the Kush Family Festival. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to finish up this water. Let me find some drinking water music so I can play some music for y'all while I, let's see.
I'm about to hang this phone.
All right, you be safe. Let's do. Well, hell, let's finish Ivan Van Sertima from yesterday. There was also this Cleveland artist by the name of Connie's Son. No, I never heard of them. Was he good? So was it a packed house for the Sinetta Awards?
In the feminine world were black women. Actual black women. They were literally living black women in Ethiopia who were made into legendary goddesses in Greece. That first invasion of Africa by Europe was not an invasion like the invasions that occurred later. The European was startled by the advances of the Africans. So startled that Alexander decided to build his capital in Africa, rather than go back into Europe. And every major Greek thinker, Thales of Miletus, Democritus, Pythagoras, Eudoxus, Anaximander, Anaximenes, Heraclitus, they all came down. Plato, all of them came into Egypt, and those who did not come claimed they came because it was so prestigious.
He says,
and they therefore saw women differently. In this new edition of black women in antiquity, there was a remarkable woman called
that is Ivan Van Sertima. Actually, that is Mr. Diddy featuring Ivan Van Sertima talking about the brilliance of the black woman. Black Woman in Antiquity was the name of the lecture that he was giving. Yes. Brother Nuba say yes. Brilliant. Yes, it was. Not sure about the after party as I had something else to do. Go ahead, Anubis. So, Brother Anubis is keeping us up with what's going on in New York. So what y'all see right here, y'all think that's the regular one I did. That's the Jasmine, right? That's that Ambrosia. I brought out my first batch, right? So we're about to go. I done had me some samples, right? I done had me some samples. Yeah, I'm not playing, man. This one, but right here, what I got is I mixed in. Of course, y'all know what that is. That's that bee pollen. Because I told you I'm adding bee pollen to all of my stuff. Damn, it's already got the top kind of on bubble. I like it. Ooh, and I like it. You send chills up my spine every time I pop a cap of you. Ooh, and I like it. Hey, ladies, Gina, Sasha, I need one of y'all to bring me a towel because it done swole up and it won't allow me to twist it. And since I'm not as strong as I used to be in my youth, hey, down here, towel down here. Don't you bring me one? Come to the kitchen. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame. Real life here, Gye-Nyame. If you don't take that lipstick off, they get into their mama's stuff, and it's crazy. I mean,
Please, she let us have it.
Did I ask you all that? I didn't ask you that. Then y'all got to wait till I'm gone for y'all to be playing with the makeup and stuff. I don't like all that makeup. I don't like it. Y'all too young for that. So that's me. I'm old fashioned, family, because I can't be yelling at the kids out in the street about putting on all this makeup, but then my kids at the crib do. I mean, it don't make no damn sense. Then when they get grown, they ain't gonna want to be grown. I'm trying to get my young people to understand, enjoy being young as long as you possibly can. Enjoy not having responsibilities as long as you possibly can. Because when they come, they don't stop. Look at that ambrosia. Oh my God. I shouldn't even pour, but I'm going to drink that. Because I deserve it. Look at that. This is going out. This is a big glass of that ambrosia. I'm going to drink this up just for the Kush family reunion. As a matter of fact, I think I got a half gallon of this. I think I might try to. Yeah. Let me do that. All right. So I can smell a little bit of the honey. I definitely smell that pollen. That pollen is adding that extra little oomph to it. All right, and it makes it just a little bit sweeter. So it's almost like having a second brewing with the bee pollen. So what I'm gonna do, I got a whole nother 5 gallons. Well, actually, it's not gonna be 5 gallons. I thought I had 6 gallons, but I was able to do 5 right now, and it's probably about 4 more gallons down the basement that I have to go and get out. But I'm gonna add that, because I think what I'm gonna do with that 5 gallons is I might turn that all into lemon. Well, actually 4 gallons. I'm gonna turn that into that Justice League, lemon, lime, and ginger. All right. So first, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass. Came to see through it, and we say, Ashe. All right, family. From there, where do we go? Where do we go? We go to the stars of the show. We lift up our personal ancestors. We call on each and every last one of them to be present with us. So here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin the Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman, Noma X, Pat Meyer, Ron Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Miller Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rindelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agosa Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimming, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Laddie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, and Ellis Murphy. Somebody just called in. Who is it?
It's a shocker.
What's up, bruh?
How you doing, brother?
Man, it was everything going good. Let me finish the list. Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Hiron Phillips, William Ford Jr., Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Baba Naeem, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., John Dewey, and Ruth Beard, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joe Jamel Alls, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Albert Moore, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Vivian Stevenson, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lester and Rachel Saunders, John Bowie, Alex Nixon, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Melly Miller, Halsey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Aunt Becca, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Voy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Emma McClendon, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler. Shots out to Miss Zuri Mosley and her family, because they turned it out yesterday with the Kush celebration. So special shots out to their ancestors because they turned it out. Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Phyllis Lee, DeFreitas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry. Those are our ancestors. We lift up our glass and we say, if you can, lift your glass. Because some of our glasses are heavier than other people's glasses. So do the best that you can. Just do the best that you can. Shade. All right. From there, we move on to the present moment.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Tell them again, girls, what is it?
There is no tomorrow.
Right, so we got to focus on now.
Listen at that.
I'm telling you, dog, what we put out there, our children get it, man. So we are on Imani family. The Modic law of the day, the Modic principle of the day is harmony. The M7 word of the day is trust, or the principle. The color is red. The Hermetic law is gender. If you were born on this day and you're male, you're Quasi. Isn't that right, Cleve? And if you're female, it's Akasua, right? For the emotional emancipation circle. I'm working to emotionally emancipate myself so that I can guide my emotions to work for me rather than against me. All right? African-centered cultural virtue and value system. In Wolof today, we're looking at the word and the principle of Jom. Jom means sense of honor and self-respect. Akan ethics, goodness of human nature. And Ojo Ono, originality. All right? So we lift up our glass for those. Once again, I don't want y'all to hurt yourself if your glass is heavier than other people's. Because some people think that their glass is really heavy. And I don't, because like my glass, for example, I got to use my legs. Hold on. I got to get my legs up under and I lift it up for the now. I have to put it down. Don't want to break the table. All right, and we say Ashe. I'm from there. Excuse me, ladies. Are y'all spraying something?
No.
Y'all ain't spraying no perfume or nothing?
No.
Are y'all lying?
No.
It's real life in Gye-Nyame. You gotta. So y'all mean to tell me that's my ambrosia smelling that good?
Yes.
Oh my God. All right. So now we move to our future generation. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity. And we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations and we lift our glass and we say, hold on, Ashe. Thank y'all for helping boost it up, little children. I got all my kids up under the table helping me lift it up so that it look like I'm lifting it up with one arm. And last but not least, it ain't even last. Let's take this moment to do our selfish libations.
Selfish dilation.
Your selfish. Come on now. Toast yourself. Lift it up for you. All right. Y'all remember, I drink my ambrosia unfiltered, but all that stuff down there, I don't know. We gonna drink it today. Last but not least, I toast the most powerful being in the room. I lift it up to you. Thank you for tuning in. Me and Shaq about to have a conversation. And once again, we can say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years, family. All right, Shaq, it's on you. So what you going to do?
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I need to call the whole tribe.
Hot
I
damn.
need to call the whole tribe into action because there's a power move that needs to be dealt with this week. Let me explain. All right, now, I know this conversation is moving real fast, Tim, about the 1 foot in Columbus and Cleveland, but it's essential. And that piece right there, I promise you, will make everything that
Gina.
we're doing clock that much better. So here's the piece. Here in Cleveland,
a spoon.
I want to find a building to be able to erect this transgenerational artistry. And, Central High School for the past year, I've just been dragging my feet trying to get a local team available for that. It ain't been happening. It ain't out of the conversation, but here's the piece. So I accepted the fact that, maybe I'm being a little bit too ambitious, especially with this two-city thing. Maybe that's too big of a situation. So I said to the universe, y'all, show me the way. And then I almost, when I accepted it in my heart, Pharaoh said, hey, Dad, can we go to that store with the yellow letters? And I'm like, all right, because I just,
With the yellow letters.
And we going to get some bread. And the dude with a brother came in a suit, and he came to grab some bread, and then he, did a double take, looked at me and was like, I know you from somewhere. I was like, no, I don't know, but I was thinking the same thing. Are you on city council or anything like that? He's like, well, bam, hit me his card, bam, I hit him mine. And actually, I hit him with mine. He was like, fresh out, So I was like, well, this is what he was like, I heard of Neighborhood Connections. I was like, well, this is what I'm trying to do. And he said, well, let me do this, because what I do is I research those properties, and I make sure that, we can sell them to community people. I'm like, okay, cool. He hits me back with an MLS list, and I look on that list, and it happens to be a cathedral. A whole ass cathedral that is listed for $1,000. And I'm looking at it like, hold on a second, it must have asbestos and all this kind of. No, what ended up happening, it was supposed to be on the auction back in March, and something happened to where it ended up back on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So the opening bid is $1,000. So what I need to do.
Hold on. The opening bid. Are they selling it for $1,000 or the opening bid is for $1,000?
The opening bid is $4,000. So listen to what I'm saying to you, because it's the punchline. The dude called me back to make sure that that's what it was, and he gave me all the information about what I needed to come prepared for. He said, look, if you want that, I just found out through the research, because he would not have found out if I didn't call him to go research. He said, look, the open house for that thing is Sunday at 3 o'clock, and the auction is on Thursday. He said, on the day of the auction, if you got the high bid, we gonna need 10%, and then it's yours. So the PC is that between us and between Tribe, if I was able to take care of that 10%, I would be able to get a mortgage on that property out of the equity, be able to come down to Columbus and get its counterpart and be able to mortgage that for the whole operation. And so that way, there's no conflict or there's no need for additional space. You follow what I mean? Right now, that's what's kind of got me dragging, and my role is being able to have a space to and fro to be able to be accessible to each city.
Right.
And that's the piece that's really going to raise this whole movement, because the Vanguard has to be that spectacular in both of these cities. And that's the thing, is that if we have the space, even if we're talking about that house right there on Franklin that I was telling you about, and we talk about this church right here, we got enough capacity.
You didn't tell me about no house on Franklin.
At that point. What's that?
You didn't tell me about no house on Franklin.
1096 Franklin, right on the corner. It's a red house. It looked real beat up. All I want to do is go in and gut it and reframe it.
Okay.
But that place right there,
the skills to do
that place right there, with good, huh?
You got the skills to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the piece is that, yeah, I would spend my time homeschooling Farrell, renovating that spot, putting the kombucha house inside of there, if we decide we're going to do the transitional living, we can do that. If we going to go to just a straight bed and breakfast, we can do that. If we want to bring the retirement community in, the retirement community of artists, I mean, I don't know how they feel about that, but just imagine if folks like Isaiah and the artists that we deal with are all situated at the capacity of a real artist community, a real artist, a transgenerational artist community. Yeah, so that's really what I need to happen right now. It's at 3 o'clock. I'm over there. I'm looking at it, and
how big is this cathedral?
Okay, try lesser than Salesians in terms of
Salesians downtown or Salesians? Salesians downtown or Salesians on the east side?
Salesians downtown. Hold on a second. Actually, the church is bigger. No, the church is about the same size as the church on Refugee. And so
you talking about in front of the school?
Yes.
Oh my God. All right. So, and what you need? We need to talk about.
I need to make sure.
You need who?
Yeah, first and foremost, I need to make sure that on Thursday I can secure what I need to secure to be able to put our flag on it. And that in the form of something that I would actually
Have you
fight it.
have you found
You know what
out
I mean?
have you found out how much work needs to be done on it so far yet?
That's what I'm doing today.
Okay,
But
that's the open house.
See, the thing is that if there was a long list of codes and stuff like that, he would at least name the top 3. So he didn't say nothing about no asbestos. He ain't say nothing like that. And as long as we're not dealing with any major like that, it's just a matter of time. Because, like I said, those the renovation stuff I can do, but I'm gonna go and look at the major stuff on the commercial side and see what and like I said, he'll have a list. The city will have a list of the things that need to be done. But from what he told me, the Hungarians have owned this spot for the past 100 years, and so much to the point where they had to fish out to try to figure out where the current deeds and things were at. And so, I think that's probably one of the reasons that stopped them from putting it on the auction before, is because it's basically like a place that's been how you born without birth record. They gotta kind of hodgepodge it to make it current. Yeah.
So Shaka's putting a call out. There's a major move in Cleveland that the brother want to take on behalf of the tribe, a cathedral. So now this is what I need, bro. When you go there at 3, can you send us pictures on Gye-Nyame?
I'm going on Facebook Live.
Okay, cool. And also send some pictures so that we can post it up on Gye-Nyame so we can see what's going on here. All right.
Okay.
All right,
That's
fam.
what's up.
This is what I'm gonna do. This brother Hatim. I'm still recovering from yesterday's good time, and I'm going to let the good times continue rolling. Because they said it was the Family Kush weekend. The weekend is not over. I'm about to find out if there's something popping off today. Yes, y'all. And it don't stop. And if it did stop, I just happen to have brought something home. So it's about to go down right here in the Gye-Nyame headquarters, or my fault, the Gye-Nyame corner of the head. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got a whole.
Right.
I'm just the nigga that live here. Huh?
In a minute, we about to be like Power Man and Iron Fist, yo.
Oh man, do you remember Ashibu?
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah, brother Ashibu is setting up a studio that he wants to do a show in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like yo, man. It's like so many things is going down. But somebody else just called in on the line. Who else is on the line?
Sister Navita's on the line.
What's up,
I knew it was Navita. I heard.
Let me
I
clear
heard how
my
you-
throat.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, but y'all go ahead, and then I'll come in when y'all finish.
Navita, listen. Yeah. Were you listening to the whole piece that's going
That's
down?
why she called in.
Yeah, with the space.
Oh yeah.
That's why she
Yeah.
called in. So go ahead, Mr.
So, you
Navita.
know,
You called in. What's up?
I'm out here doing my thing, you know. Oh, also, Hatim, you need to know this, man.
What's that?
All right, update on my Tag network, right? So, I've been with Tag, the social networking site, long enough to realize.
The dating site. Come on, nigga, say what it is.
Call it what you want to, man.
Say what it is.
Call it what you want to.
You know my
Call it, yeah.
My glass is heavy.
Okay,
My glass is heavy with truth. Go ahead.
And yeah.
You better not be about
so-
telling me you about to get married, because I'm coming to jump through this screen and just slap the shit out you.
Well,
Get back.
I got a couple of fiancés in the Philippines. And,
Oh,
no, I'm
shit.
playing.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
You know how y'all do it.
Stop playing, all right? No, they know I ain't marrying them. But no, So the piece is that they use cryptocurrency.
Right.
Like, you when you establish status, people throw you diamonds and coins and stuff like that. Man, all of that, that's money. You can convert into money. You know what I mean? You need a lot of it.
Yeah.
But it's money. And so, I'm sitting here talking to a sister the other day, and she like, yeah, well, let's say if on tags you needed 1 million of these diamonds to collect like $500. Like on this other site, those diamonds is worth like a lot more. So you might only need 50 of them to accomplish the same thing. And then before you know it, you're in conversations about Bitcoins with folks who is like, yo, I'm straight cryptocurrency. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they daytime gig is being on these sites. So I'm like, yo, I'm asking some of the sisters, well, let me put it like this. I'm talking to the sisters that understand the game to a science, because they know people who jump on these sites and they be tricking off of it.
But hold on,
cryptocurrency.
in our network, we got somebody who, we got two people that's directly in our network. One of them might be in Cleveland. Wait, is the Dentista? Is Dentista in Cleveland? Hey, the dude down there that you hooked up with, that you took Pharaoh over his house, Brother Larry, that does capoeira.
Right.
Ask him if Dentista is in Cleveland. You could talk to Dentista.
I saw Dentista not too long ago, because he and some of the other martial artists hang out together. And remember, I was talking about Pharaoh doing karate. Well, it was one of the younger cats that Dentista be with. I think his name is Travis. That would be most fit to be Pharaoh's teacher. I mean, his instructor lived two houses down, but I just found out that he ain't got no more classes for the 7-year-olds for the season. So I got to get him into something. But Pharaoh needs to become more confident with just that rah-rah a little bit.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the cryptocurrency piece. Because Dentista,
right. No, I get it.
Dentista does that, and then also don't forget Anubis. Anubis is heavy into cryptocurrency. He don't brag about it. Usually the dudes that's doing that shit, they're not talking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
It's the new ones.
So that's why
it's the new ones that's excited about it. They've been in it since.
Right. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me to even because the sister that I was talking about, like she got in the game because she's IT number one. But then on the other side, it's like, yo, she know a whole bunch of tricks that's making money off of this thing. The thing is that like she'll jump on.
She know a bunch of tricks, or she know a bunch of tricks. She know a bunch of tricks, or she know a bunch of tricks. Let's just be clear. All right, just clear that up a little bit.
All right. So the piece is that she's tight-lipped about it, because she said and she showed me her account where she had like 10 G's from 1 week. And she's like, the only reason why I don't tell people about this is because the moment that, she did for this one site, then all of a sudden, all these black strippers got on the site and saturated the site, and she wasn't making what she was making. So is that close to the hip where it's like, all right, if they jump on this, these newer sites that, those folks ain't on, we can do some major stuff as a collective. And so that's the reason why I brought up the whole piece about the games on tag, is that right now, I put a call out to create a Scovy tribe, right? So when people come on my channel, it's all about symbiosis. You know what I mean? And they get to, we get to sing together and we perform together. People come into my box, show me what they do, and I'm recruiting, making an artist community on this network. Right now, I got artists who from Denmark, London, Nairobi, and the sister in Philadelphia. She's a phenomenal painter. This is all she does all day long. And so just to let you know, it's like it's so much bigger than what what you can imagine from the outside looking in. So this one, she told me today, she was like, yo, outside of the whole tag from the dating piece, you got Meet Me and you got Live Me. And those are two that pay better than Tag. And you go on to those sites, set up just like that, set your channel up just like what you do in the morning, and get some residuals from it.
So you telling
So
me
I feel like
you trying to pimp me off to get me to be a morning time gigolo? Is that what's going on, Shaka? That's
man, you know what? Listen, after they done had all of this internet sex, man, at 5:15 in the morning, they gonna need some repenting. They gonna they gonna need to no. But here's the piece, man. Is that what I find out is that people on that site is a lot more receptive to what I'm dealing with because listen. You gotta imagine, like everybody is drowning in their own bullshit, trying to win opinions of people on you know how the whole dating thing is in real life. Just imagine on this. It's like a sister throw me in a box. That means like 1,000 other dudes is sitting there like thinking of something to say so that they can get in the box, right?
Right.
So they talking about some silly shit like why that motherfucker's teeth so long, and why the motherfucker sound like Stevie Wonder, and you know what I mean? Just silly stuff they throw up there, and it's like that's the whole nature of it. Like you get put on the pedestal for a second, and people that really vibe with what you got to say, you got your little elevator pitch of who you is. Well, really, cats is just cats come real short in the game on dating sites. It's like, yo, but I got this Long Johnson right
Who
here.
is it?
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, but what else? Everybody ain't on that. And then they try to get this one dude on there that's pimping the Hebrew Israelite. I swear to you, man, this dude, his name is Yaz Real. And he'll go over and be like, excuse me, sister, can I ask you a question?
Who is it?
You know what I mean? And then do you know who the original Jews were? And it's like, okay. Whenever that dude show up, it's like if he hit home with her, then a whole bunch of the bullshit cats they fall off, or they try to jump in, or they get educated too. And that's what happens when I get on. It's like I don't try to. You can't teach what you don't know, can't lead where you won't go. I just show as an example what it is that I do and the principles that I stand by, and cats just jump out the woodwork like, yo, that's some good shit. You know what I mean? I need to check this dude out. And so it ain't no thing of like when people show up on my site like yo. I mean, yesterday I had 1,500 people chiming in.
You had 1,500 people.
I had 1,500 people.
Wait, time out.
So you saying that Hot 10 should do a broadcast on Tagged or whatever it's called?
Messing with my stuff.
Well, you got Tagged, you got Live Me, you got Meet Me. I say choose one of them so that you can start monetizing.
Hold on. Because it sounds like you got one of the Daily Toasters trying to pimp me out too. Hold on.
No,
I'm just trying to say I'm trying to get to the meat of the deal.
Okay.
I got something I want to talk to y'all about, but I don't want to move on from this.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Like I said, I just learned some new information, so we'll figure out the strategy behind it. But go ahead.
No, I was for sale.
Okay, well, there's a situation going on in Columbus with this Lieutenant McClendon. Are you familiar, Hakim?
Mm-mm.
Hold on one second, because I want to share this.
McClendon. Why do I know that name?
So anyway, what's happening is that she filed a... Hold on one second. Okay, hold on. Look, I'm trying to share this post real quick.
Okay, you sharing it on Gye-Nyame so I go to it and see it?
Okay, so here's what happened. So she filed some kind of suit within the Columbus Police Department for another officer that was being discriminated against. Long story short is she has blown the top off of this corruption in the Columbus Police Department. She's a lieutenant, black lieutenant. So in the process of her doing that, she has been demoted back to an officer. And she has exposed and dropped names of the people involved in the corruption and how they actually have falsified records to police officers. For example, black police officers may file a discrimination suit against a white officer, and then they'll take this officer and they'll find a bunch of things to you know, how they'll do, well, what's his history? And then they'll start finding frivolous things to put against this police officer.
Right.
And they'll end up reprimanding the black police officer who filed the claim, and then they uplift the white police officer.
Right.
And they go through the extent of, like she said, falsifying documents, which has happened to her, and all the way up to, you know, the internal affairs unit is crooked, etc. So, with that being said, I'm saying that, you know, if they're doing that to their own black police officers, what do you think that they're doing to the citizens, black citizens that they arrest every day and they send to court, and how they falsify documents? And they also, she was talking about how they repress information that would be in the behalf of the person charged, including herself. They withhold any information that would be that would, you know, give them justice on their side, but they only bring forth things that they can use to prosecute you. And they purposely withhold information from the judge and everyone else. And this is, so my thing is, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, they're having a city council meeting regarding this case. And they're asking everybody to come out and support come to the hearing, or whatever it is they're having at the city council, and support and get behind what this officer is trying to do. Now, the thing about it is, I know the side piece is, or the devil advocate piece is, this has been happening to us civilians for years. And none of y'all police officers stepped out and said this was happening to civilians. But as soon as it happens to one of your own, now you want us to get behind you, but you never got behind us. So what I'm asking is that people still get behind it, because once you tear down that top part, then they're going to have to come down and address the other parts. So the internal affairs and the judge and the chief of police, I think her name is Kim Jacobs, she said. Mind you, Kim Jacobs is a gay or lesbian white woman, and she comes forth because, you know, gays and blacks, you know, we're the same struggle, we got to stick together type shit. But she said that's all smoke and mirrors. She talks all that shit in the public, but in the behind the scenes, she don't give a damn about black people.
Right.
And she makes it known. And so I just would like the public to show up if they can tomorrow at 5 o'clock, because this is a starting point that if we can get them to prove that they're crooked up here, then they going to have to start addressing how they're doing our people in court every day. You know,
Lavita, can you once again? I think I missed the meat of what you were saying. I got all the, but can you tell me what the offense was once again? I missed that part. What precipitated the incident?
Well, there was a police officer who was being discriminated against a sister, and this lieutenant assisted this sister in bringing up charges against people within the police department, including internal affairs, etc.
Right. Time out. I have a friend who was a police officer in New Jersey. She went through the same thing. In fact, you know, when she was going to get her sergeant, you know, I was with her. She had taken a sergeant's exam and studying hard, and she would constantly, you know, not get the position that she would. Anyway, she finally made sergeant, and when she made sergeant, they was mad at her because of the same type of discrimination stuff. And, you know, a lot of racist stuff was happening at the station. Long story short is that she put a case against them and was fearing her life throughout the whole case. Guess what? She won, you know, 7-figure suit. So the piece is that the fact that this is going on here in Ohio, I can get you in touch with her, because right now, even though she still is active there in New Jersey, I feel like, you know, because of how hers was resolved, she has every single opportunity to make sure that the same thing happens here.
Okay, well, I definitely, because the sister's name is Lieutenant McClendon.
But
now she's Officer McClendon,
right?
Because she's been demoted.
But question,
I feel like I know her.
I need to.
Well, it was in the news a bit.
I'm looking for the article because I don't see where it's posting up. Did you post it up? Don't worry about
it. No,
I
didn't.
Okay, cool.
I heard she was on Kahari this morning.
Okay.
She was on Kahari this morning. And I've been hearing about this McClendon issue. Now, I'm assuming that it was in the news for a piece. I heard it somewhere before hearing this show today. And maybe I didn't hear it at the news, but I thought I might have heard it on the news, but who knows where I initially heard it.
No, I'm sorry, y'all. Virgil McClendon, he might be relative, but Virgil McClendon is a boxer that I used to train with over at Lula Pearl. He had some Showtime fights, but yeah, no, my bad. That's wrong, McClendon.
So, but my thing is that we should just, I would like the community to show up for this, because my hope is that, and you nothing beats a failure but a try, but we, at least if you can prove that this structure is corrupt, then they're going to have to start, we can use that basis to start proving the corruption and how that has not just spread to police officers in their hearings, how it's spread to us in the African American African community.
And here's the thing too, is that I don't know how thick y'all are with black on black crime activists there, but if need be, you talking about as soon as tomorrow though. But we got over here, there's a few people that I think you really need to get in touch with, because they got radio shows and they got influence on Ohio level. Is the first dude's name is Art McCoy. He's on 1100 AM where they have sports. But he is the founder of the Black on Black Crime family. Who and let me explain something to you. This is how deep shit gets. All right. Within the past 15, 20 years, because he has this great, program to advocate for victims of black on black crime, the city was giving him a what do you call it? A monetarium. And the monetarium was supposed to be for like $2,500, right? Mm-hmm. And they ended up accidentally cutting him a check for, I believe the amount was like $250,000. Mm-hmm. It was either no. I want to say it's $2 million. I want to say they cut him a check for $2 million, and then they looped around, realized their mistake, and asked him for the money back. And so he's like, well, that money is already spoken for. Right? And they start threatening him, like, man, look, we know who you are, but if you don't give us that money back, you might serve some jail time. And he's like, how long? And when it came down to it, they was like, yo, you can do 2 years. He put his wrists out.
Two years for $2 million?
That's right.
2 years for $2 million?
I'm in.
Shit.
I'm in. Shit.
Wait. So they're not gonna freeze the account? Then he just gonna do 2 years? But go ahead. Let's finish the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the brother has been out since I got back to Cleveland, and has had his radio show on 1100 AM, and they have not stopped fucking with him. They trying to figure out where this money is. He owned barbershops, the whole nine. They raided his barbershops, for drugs and all of that. Just giving. So the thing is that, just to let you know, this is a dude who understands. You know what I mean? And y'all need him there tomorrow. Y'all need him.
But hold on, time out. If he in Cleveland, what's the
I just heard about it.
What is the change? Right? Because I'm trying to look up the case, and I can't find nothing on what's going on right now. So I'm still trying to look for it.
That might be purposely done.
And that's what I'm saying. So like I said, if you got access to the article, we need to get it posted up on Gye-Nyame Journey so that we could do our research and just don't be showing up down there and some okie doke shit happen, because you know they good for throwing some okie doke shit at us. You know, so
yeah. Well, the sister was on Kahari this morning.
All right.
And she was saying that, you know, her and Byron was in there, and a couple other people was in there.
The attorney Byron Potts?
Show up tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask y'all something.
Was Sister Earth on the show?
What community presence does Kahari have outside of the radio station?
He has a, what do you mean? He got a TV show. What you mean?
He said
that's what I was asking.
Okay, yeah, he got a TV show too on Bounce TV.
Oh, he got a TV show on Bounce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And well, what I meant was, like, is there any establishments where people, like, can come and access him outside of the station, or is the station that thing?
I think the station.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he has a phone number. I call him if need be, because I know how Tim has called him, but I don't know if there's a in particular where he can be reached. No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I just want the community, you know, and people who tune in to realize that, you know, it's possible. Because, see, they make that, you know, a lot of people work. Don't get off till 5 o'clock.
Right.
But if you can make it there, I think that we need to show these police officers that we mean business. And we're watching, y'all. And we are not going to go away, because this stuff is getting really out of hand. Because, I mean, I have seen so many brothers go to jail on false charges that it ain't funny.
Mm.
Hey, I mean...
They used to work for the courts. And she said she overheard them laughing in the courtroom, and we put another nigga away today, you know, laughing like it was funny. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how they do. You know, matter of fact, the sister Barbara Clark, I know you probably know who she is, Hot Tim. She be on Kahari's show. She has the Black Women's Voters League or something. But anyway, she said she was in Mount Vernon and there was an incident. She called the police, which I don't call them motherfuckers unless somebody about to die no more. You think?
Damn.
And she
but
said,
I hear you. I feel you.
That the police told her, next time, don't call us if you got a problem. You need to call the zoo.
Damn.
Yeah, flat out told her that yesterday. Mm-hmm.
They told her this was yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you don't need to call us, call the zoo. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
so we got to do something about this, you know, because to me, the criminal injustice system is the biggest atrocity.
I mean,
that we are
facing. And here's what it comes down to. I mean, lawlessness breeds lawlessness. And at the end of the day, until we understand that Ohio is as much of a militia state as Texas, we ain't coming prepared. I'm gonna just say it like that, but you know, once again, I feel like that's what it's leading to, and they fear cowboys. You know what I mean? Because right now we live in the age of the cowboys again. Like, yo, everybody got some steel. You know what I mean? But who has the moral compass to be able to use it appropriately? And that's the piece, is that not our police. I don't feel that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even so now, because you know, I got what I got. It's like every time I get pulled over, it's like, yo, I got less than 5 seconds to identify is somebody's life about to get taken? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, because the piece is that, you know, because they're just as afraid when they run your 50 and they realize, oh, he got a CCW. So they come to your window a little differently. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
yeah,
I
got a CCW.
You do too?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm all left out. No, I didn't. I didn't even know you had it.
You should have known. Yeah, I got a CCW, and yeah, they have asked me on occasions, like, I see you have a CCW, do you have a weapon on you?
Yeah.
And, you know, if I'm walking,
I can feel the one
standing outside my car. Typically, I don't carry one on my person. But I carry one with me everywhere I go.
Damn.
But I don't have one on the person.
Damn.
I can't seem to be comfortable with one on my body.
So Hatem, you Sugar Ray and shit. This is the new Harlem Nights. You know what I'm saying?
The city council on
tomorrow.
Spring Street, 5 o'clock. Enter at the Front Street entrance. City council, 5 o'clock. You know, if you can be there tomorrow, by all means, be there. Even if it's just to get information. Even if it's to get information. I think they said there's like 4 people that are black on city council, and they about to call them out on the rug.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I wish I could
that
be
it had
there.
to be done to one of their, quote, own, as the sister had mentioned. You know, they don't talk about Blue Lives Matter, but they only, that excludes black folks. Well, we knew that. Y'all must have just got those nigga wake-up call. Now y'all want the community to come to y'all rescue, but y'all motherfuckers wasn't trying to help us out.
No.
We've been making the call.
No,
it's cool, because it still can benefit us in the end, and that's why I'm a part of it. Otherwise, I'll be like, fuck you. Straight up.
I hear you.
You know, we've been going through this shit for a long time. I ain't seen no black police officers getting together and stepping out on our behalf like that. But now y'all coming through.
Well, understand, and here's what we got to
what
we got to keep in mind, especially in this situation, Tina. We got to go back and remember the Egyptian, what they call now the Egyptian Revolution, and why that was able to take place is because in Egypt you had members of the family that were, if you will, like drafted into the military. So when they called the military to go against the people, the military was like, fuck y'all, that's my family. You know what I mean? And so right now, we in the exact same position. If there is no revolution out of it, it's all, well, I ain't gonna say it's all because of us. It's just, we just need to really pay attention to what's happening on a global scale in terms of movement. The only reason we'll be last to get ours is because we only focused on us.
You say that again. We the only what?
I said the only reason we will be the last to get ours is because we're only learning from us.
Okay.
Well, that's what I meant. Because we're only learning from our own narratives. You know what I mean? We got to expand a little bit and see what movements are really increasing in the nowadays. And sometimes we don't, we miss it because they're not calling theirs movement because they don't have to. And that's what I was saying about the Black Phoenix movement is that there's certain things that I have in the perspective that really, it don't take for us to stand together, outside of a courthouse to appeal to the policymakers. We just need to, change our attitude and our behavior around certain policies. Like right now, like I say, we don't need the policy to change so that child support arrearages are converted into shared parenting time. We just need to make sure that our presence is felt and that is our will. Because at the end of the day, if that's what you are willing to give and that's what you're willing to stand for, they have a very weak presentation against you based on some legality. Because everything that's legal is not moral, and everything that's moral is not legal. So the piece is that once we stand on a power that's higher than theirs, if they don't leave us alone, at the end of the day, they know what the consequences are. Because we don't subscribe to that fear-based conditioning. So, they will treat us different if we act different. If we present. But also, in doing so, we can't do that in a high-posting scenario because we are at war.
Yeah, but let me say, and I feel you, but let me say this, because I'm going to have to get ready to go. I got a meeting to be in at 2 o'clock. But the thing is that the policies that they do put in place a lot of times, like the sister was saying, and Byron had mentioned, they have they have these meetings every 3 years. Their contract is gone over and they blah, 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 and they sign off on it. Or they put certain policies in order that are, for example, if an officer is convicted of misconduct, there's a loophole there where, he can only be, suspended for, for example, a week or whatever. Right. Or he can't be suspended, but he can be reprimanded. Little things they put in order.
You know what? You just mentioned something that made me. I apologize, y'all. The biggest resource that we need to engage with by tomorrow, Navita, is Janine Boyd. She's a friend of mine. I can reach out to her. She's a state representative, and she's fully abreast of my own scenario. And so that's why I'm really being calculative in my strides back into Columbus. But she's at the State House on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She should be here in Cleveland right now if she's sticking to her piece. But I'll reach out to her and see if. But I need information. Yeah,
I'll get some information to you later today. I gotta go to a meeting at 2:00. But so some of these policies that they are putting in order, that's how they get away with some of the things that they do, because they sit there and put these policies in place, and then when they are faced before, like she said, like the internal affairs, they're like, well, according to this, even though it could be wrong, we're going to have to go by the policy, and the policy says this.
And so
sorry, it might be a wrong policy, but it's still
it's a policy. So and it covers them, right? We all been involved with organizations with policies that just happen to pop up and save somebody's ass. We understand the game, but family.
Yeah, what I really did like about it though is this sister she dropping names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She dropping names, but she ain't giving a damn.
You gotta be careful with that because then it won't make it. She won't make it to the case. But the piece is, she got to be strategic about it. But the piece is that Janine Boyd was the director of she was the director of policy and of Guidestone. I forget what her position was, but she was the one that made the policies for Ohio. I mean, she's a young lady. She's about my peer. You know what I mean? And that's our state representative right there. And so the piece is that, since her early 20s, she was the one that had a hand in making the policies and changing the policies of Ohio because her mother back then was a state representative. She took her mother's place. So,
and let me say this, for the city policy, the way she explained, Columbus is a city of police, so they have different policies per city.
So, and then there's
certain things, and some things are state policies, and some things are just city policies. And she was saying that the city of Columbus is actually backing these unfair policies in these police officers. That's why I try to tell people, don't go to these city-sponsored fucking functions that they have. If it's a city festival, like they had the African American Cultural Festival that was sponsored by the city of Columbus recently. I know, I got people saying, well, black people will be vending there and they're going to lose money. Well, casualties of war. You keep giving these people your tax money to put your ass. You got to pay taxes on shit as it is. That's what you got to do. But you don't have to go to them festivals and give them people your money so they can keep oppressing you. So I just feel like for the Ribbon Jazz Festival, if that's sponsored by the city of Columbus, nobody black should even attend that. Straight up. I think it's embarrassing the way we fund our own oppression willingly.
We be funding that shit. We pay it. God damn it. Pay the cost.
The city of Columbus, the police department is an entity of the city of Columbus. And anytime they pay and hire these officers that are treating you like shit. But they'll have a city function, and all you motherfuckers will end up there at the city function, but God forbid your own black folks who's trying to prevent you and have your back and throw a function, you won't give him none of your money.
None at all. Looking like, man, why this shit cost so much? Why this shit cost so much?
And line up for days and buy all the little
buy a $20 pretzel and shit.
Who paid the city. I can't. I can't. I'm getting out of this country. But anyway, while I'm here, I gotta try to do something because this court system is killing us. And I know too many people that it's affecting and breaking up families. Like they talk about these immigrants and their families being torn from
don't mention ours
and shit.
Don't mention our shit.
People who are going to court and fighting cases, they ain't even been found guilty, but they're separated from their children because they got to fight a case in the jail for 12 months.
Because they can't afford the bail. They can't afford the bond.
They can't afford the bail.
And can't afford a good lawyer long enough to because what they do is they wear your ass down to eventually you got to plead. You got to plead because you ain't got no more brain.
So you understand? So now y'all understand my positioning. I already knew that was the case.
I've been through it, so I'm going through it right now.
Ain't nobody just now understanding your point. People been understood your point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We've been understood that. My point is, that's what I'm saying. We've been talking about this. Ain't new to us.
Right.
It's just taking now these police officers, now that they under the Trump effect, now they starting to be
what you doing up there?
F y'all too. And now it's like they done got their nigga wake-up call. Now it's like, come on, y'all. We need to stick together.
We got to stick together. Let's work together. What was you spraying?
When I was at Ohio State, I worked for the police department at Ohio State.
I knew he was a mole. I knew it. God damn it. Oh.
Man, listen to what I'm saying to you, man. And I'm saying this because this is kind of a wild card out there. But when I was a cadet, if you will, when I was a cadet on campus, and granted, you already know what it is because Tim, when you was on campus, you used to fuck with them. When LC and them was student safety patrol, you already know we ain't had no guns, we ain't had shit but a walkie-talkie and a flashlight, and maybe some.
Oh, y'all had some good luck. Y'all had a good luck prayer for y'all went out there because y'all get caught on the wrong nights. Shit, boy. You go down to Ohio State.
So, I've never felt so naked in life, man, because, my partners were young Caucasian dudes that didn't understand the nature of racism yet, or they did, and they didn't know how to deal with it in front of me, but it was, so with this whole thing, there was one of them who was always real stand-up. And even when I went through my stuff with it, and, I quit the police department because I saw the racism there, as a freshman in college. I said, no, I can't deal with this. They end up killing me. You know what I mean? But it's one dude, and his dad was one of the big cops in Columbus. And now he is, and they got the same name. He says that when I was at ComFest a couple of weeks ago, I ran into him. And now he's the big dude in Columbus. So I don't know where he's at in the conversation is the thing, but I know that when he saw me, he had nothing but honor for me and knowing what I'd gone through because I leaned on him before I left Columbus, and he knows about my situation as well. So now coming back, he's somebody who I feel like if I needed to, I can trust him beyond all the other ones. But whatever we need to pull through by tomorrow, just let me know who I need to call today, and so we'll make it.
I'm sure there will be several meetings after, because we know this ain't gonna be solved in one day.
Right.
But we got to. I think this can help us and trickle down to, our regular our citizens that are being unjustly sentenced. Harassed and unjustly sentenced.
Right.
Because they lynching young men in the courtroom every day with a pen. Every day.
Strange fruit.
You know what I'm saying? On bullshit. And you can have stuff, and the thing, you don't know how it's going to go because for instance, my sister had a fight with a police officer at a Kroger here in Columbus. And he ran up on her, and Kroger had the video and shit, and her public defender was like this, well, the video surely vindicates you. And she still got charged with assault on a police officer.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She still got the charge anyway, ended up having to go to jail. Away from her children.
You said she had to go to jail.
Children, one with special needs.
Wait, hold on, Shaka. You said she ended up going to jail?
Yeah.
Wow.
They still prosecuted her anyway, even though the public defender said, well, the tape clearly vindicates you.
Did he say this in court, or he said this to her?
No, the public defender said this to her.
But he didn't say it in
she
court.
She got up in the court, and the judge ruled in the favor of the police officer anyway.
Oh yeah, they don't go against the police. I mean, it's
you know what I'm saying? That's why people too. Also, these local elections, man, judges are elected.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't particularly do the federal shit unless it's about something on the ballot. Then I will vote on something on the ballot. But when it comes to your local shit and them judges, I always pay attention because I've been in and out of the court system a lot, and I remember names of who is who and when they coming up, and I don't vote for them motherfuckers at all. But most of us don't even
now,
know.
This is something that we might need to work on, Navita, as far as the newsletter and stuff like that. We do need to start helping people get a better understanding of the local politics and local politicians and people that's running. We do need a conscious ticket. You know what I'm saying? That we are able to get people. You know what I'm saying? Not only motivate people to go out and vote for these local elections, because I've been slacking on that shit. But we need to give people a ticket so that when they go in to vote, they already know who to vote for. We done did all the research for you. We done did the research. We done asked them. See, because we need, as a conscious community, we need motherfuckers that's running for office to come to us and want to have discussions with us. And want to be on our platforms and want to talk to our people, because like yesterday at that little festival yesterday, at that grand festival yesterday, you had hundreds of people come through between yesterday and Nia.
What festival?
It was the Kush family reunion, and this was just a family that put some shit on. It's just like it's their reunion, so they bring their family together, and then they had just expanded it and invited the community in. But
where was this at?
This was on movie. It was in Columbus, dude.
On Carpenter. And go at their house.
Oh, over off of 70.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see 70.
I know what you're talking about.
But the point that
I was over there. We posted some Red June over there.
Nigga, I'm trying to make a point. Can I make my point?
Okay, go ahead, man.
I understand your cup is not that heavy, so you can multitask. But this goddamn cup that I'm holding, I
couldn't even take that over into that grassy area. Then I would have lost.
Well, anyway, we need to be developing tickets so that when we go and vote, we have an effect. And Navita, I mean that shit you speaking right there, that is some of the most powerful shit as far as these local elections.
Say what you just said again. We need tickets. We need to make tickets.
We need to make tickets, like, for example, so
that...
Like,
flyers showing who you need to vote for and what they representative can do for you.
Because the Democrats do it, the Republicans do it.
And I've already done the test market, and Tim, what you have in your wallet is that test market.
There you go.
That is the ticket to everything tribe related.
See, now what I'm saying is we need to elevate that and move that on these elections, because because one of the things that I'm trying to do is not just in Columbus, but get people like ourselves to start writing articles, and not only not just about the June and the gut bacteria and nation building and all that, because all that shit is important, but we also need to be dealing with the local politics, because all politics are local. See, because the whole piece is We could go on and come out every 4 years and vote for the fucking president, but the president's policies won't reach you for years. But these motherfucking mayors and these judges and these city council people, their decisions affect you immediately.
Immediately.
I
Tim, I get it. I totally get it. All I'm saying is that one step at a time, and this is a very exponential move to be able to take that thing that you know what I'm talking about and give them an access key to our newsletter, to our events. That is the piece, is that there has to be a buy-in, a membership to the exclusive information that is all tribe related.
All right, bruh.
Because what I'm saying is that right now, our tribe is international. From the level of the Black Phoenix to Gye-Nyame, we are international now.
Well,
we have international artists who are ready to create the images for the masses to move into. So let's take a small strategy like PHB doing the Hip Hop Expo.
Right.
All right? Everyone has a shared incentive.
But hold on. Stop right there. How long has the Hip Hop Expo been going on?
At least 20 years.
Now, this dude has did the Hip Hop Expo for over 20 years, and you can't tell me that we don't have a major voting block just within the hip hop community. Because he done raised a lot of these kids. And we done raised a lot of these young people too. So the whole piece is, family, there's no reason why we shouldn't be a major influence on any election in this city, as well as where you are.
So time out, because you hear me. But let me get back. That's why Bingo Long and the Traveler and all that is underground.
Who's taking a bath?
Huh?
Navita?
Oh, can you hear that?
You can't be taking a bath while we on the show, baby. Oh my God.
Is that you splashing in the water?
She in the water, homie. She in the water, homie. I'm sitting up here bugging out. Go ahead, Shaka.
I mean, we sitting. Listen, okay. So look. So
that's tribe shit right there. Because she was so comfortable, she jumped her ass in the tub and did not want to miss the conversation.
Hey.
Shit,
I got to get to this because just give me a moment with it, though, Hot Tim, because it's not. Just give me a second.
Move.
Because we need to stay on this train of thought so you can see the image that I'm trying to produce for you right now, motherfucker.
Daddy.
This is big.
Daddy.
All right. You take what BHB is doing just in Columbus. All right. Everyone. Number one, the process is this. Number one, everyone has a shared incentive to move into this thing. You pay what, maybe $200 or something like that. I don't know the figure, but let's say you pay $200 to get a booth at the Hip Hop Expo. Not only do you get the booth, but you get some shine time on the show, right? You get some time on the stage, you got your booth, and he throw you 20 tickets so you can make your money back, right? So the piece is that imagine if those tickets that I have that, because of what we're dealing with on this cryptocurrency side of things, I'm able to issue a certain amount of these tickets on a worldwide level to our members so that, number one, as soon as they stack up, let's say, as soon as they stack up 1,000 of these tickets in Denmark or London, it's like, yo, I got to cash in on these some kind of way. How can I do that? Yo, book us. Do a show. Sell the tickets. Now, you have planted the seed in Denmark and London in just one spell. So the piece is the same thing with Nairobi. The same thing with wherever we have members. So now we have not only an international audience and an international platform, but we have members and operatives that will get us there. And right now, that needs to be the biggest shit ever, because for them to hold something in their hand that's tangible, that feels like money, but the symbols on it represent everything that we all represent, not just in the Black Phoenix as the artist vanguard, but in Gye-Nyame journey, which is blowing up the old paradigm and moving into this faith-based, out of fear into faith. You understand? So we all win. We just got to take calculative steps. But we got to move like there is no tomorrow.
Well, in the process of dealing with the local issues, a lot of people don't realize that they have been told that they can't vote if they're a convicted felon in the state of Ohio.
Right.
That is not true.
I was about to say that shit. Yeah, that shit is not. And we got a lot of those.
My son was like, I can't even vote no more. I'm a convicted felon now. You know, but you can vote as long as you ain't on parole or probation. So if you come out with a felony and you off paper, you are eligible to vote again. So I think, like, you know, even in our neighborhoods that are saturated with American Africans, that we need to, like you talked about this ticket, we need a newsletter. Those things need to be produced and put in people's boxes. And see, people will listen if they have a commonality within it. I'm not talking about commonality as just being black, but like the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
Right.
And they focus about, we all got this same enemy. And we need to do what it takes. You got to be able to vocalize it like that.
But see, and that's the thing. And that's the thing,
pretty.
is that coming from a state of oneness, that's a fundamental commonality. I'm dealing with the commonality that we had before we started to identify with race in the first place. But, you know, the commonality of mankind. And so, in saying that, I know that sounds kind of generic or whatnot, but the whole piece is that when you identify with where you stand, with your higher self and your lower self, then regardless of the consequence, everything is everything.
Nah, bro. I mean, not me. Not because, you know, not to me. Because even if you identify lower or higher or what have you, if the police is on your back and the criminal justice system is lynching you, whether you at your higher self, lower self, you're going to be able to bond with me on that.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you at on the scale. You're going to bond with me on that. Because I know when I'm at the bookstore, and there's people at the bookstore, you know how they do at the barbershop, in and out all day. One day I went out there, and I just started having a conversation about the police and the injustice and what we gonna do. Man, the crowd that I drew and the people that stood up there with me, and we were trying to come up with some solutions and some answers, and that's why I said the newsletter would be a good piece, because those are the things that really affect them, because it affects their money, it affects their family status. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a job as a felon. You can't get a crib as a felon. And then you might not even have done it, a felony charge, but they had you up in the workhouse, which is one of the worst places to be incarcerated in the United States. It's in the top 10 of worst places to be incarcerated in the United States. They put you in there with a high bond, wear you down till you take a plea. And we got to start dealing with stuff like that. And people who are experiencing that, they will bond with you on that, because that's some serious shit to go through. And then the people who are the parents of these people who are going through that, the people who are the spouses or the children, they're going to bond with you too. Even if they didn't go through it, they know somebody close to them that did or is. And that is a powerful piece that we need to realize. If we can bond on that, because our common enemy, we have a lot of problems in the black community. But our biggest, to me, is the injustice system in this country, and the fact that we are tearing our people apart daily and keeping our people in poverty daily, lynching our people daily from that system alone. And we can address anything else, but that system alone is tearing us down. If you don't have the people there, ain't nothing you can do. We are supposedly 13% of the population, but over 75% of the incarcerated. That's problematic. That's a big problem. And when we got this local shit that we can really do something with if we had the numbers.
See, because all I'm saying is, because look, the newsletter is not that hard, because right now with the social media piece, we already see, like, for example, just for the show, we just a small show, but we get on average. Now, y'all got to remember, I've been doing this shit for years. On average, I used to get 1 to 2 people. On average now, we are up to 15 to 20 views a day. Now, that's views where people watch. But then we are getting like 70 to almost 100 hits a day just for the Daily Toast. Now, what if those people were invested enough to be like, boom, all right, we want the newsletter. And we use the newsletter as a lightweight fundraiser too, because we ask people, look, for $2,000 a month, we're going to inform you about everything that's going on in our community, everything that's going on in the world, and we're able to provide that. I already got some of the family working on that. And like I said, it's nothing for me to go and invite you in, Avita, so that we can start doing that, because the whole piece is, because what you brought up about this whole political shit, we could take over shit city by city. Shaka's talking about, because what Shaka developed was Shaka, I won't ruin Shaka's, but Shaka put a magic spell out, right? Using social media, using old print methods and shit. He put a spell out, right? And the shit, I still got the shit in my pocket right now, right? And basically what he talking about is using that and creating our own currency right now. That, you know, he'll tell me to step back and take it slow. This nigga talking about building the currency, talking about me moving slow. I'm talking about doing a newsletter. He's taking it to the level of talking about even developing our own currency. So I won't go there as of yet. But what I'm saying is, we do have the means, we do have the capabilities to be able to inform people and to create every election a ticket of what we should be voting for. Because think about it, in the conscious community, there is nobody that's saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, or the black or the nationalists or the Hebrew. There's none of us that are saying, hey, we need to vote for this because. I mean, there's people outside of us that's telling us that shit, but we don't really have people in our midst that's looking at the political shit that's going on in our cities and being like, family, we need to vote against this shit, and this is why. We need to vote against this motherfucker. I don't care if he's a Democrat or a Republican or whatever. This is why. Because when asked the question,
It could be Democrat, Republican, or black.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Because we looking for allies. And allies don't always look like you. And they don't always, you know what I'm saying? It's like like Shaka talks the humanity piece. My whole issue is I'm looking for allies. I'm no longer counting on the fact that we both share humanity, because part of our issue was that we approached everybody, us as Africans, us as Native Americans, us as islanders. We approached everybody as human. This is how motherfuckers got a foothold everywhere we were. Because, hey, welcome, Akwaba, come, let me feed you. Come, sit down. Oh, you need land. Oh, yes, boom, you family. Fuck that. We've matured past that. I need you to show me. I need you to show me your skin in the game. I need you to show me your commitment to your people as well as to mine. Period. I'm looking for allies. So if you look like me and you're acting like the enemy, you are the enemy. If you look like the other and you acting like an ally, you are an ally. And we can rock. That's what I want. Now, I don't know about everybody else. Because there has been some white people that have come up. Matter of fact, what's crazy is it's almost to the point where it's more white people that might be hyping up the whole concept of reparations than black folks. There's more white politicians talking about it than black politicians. And that shit needs to be addressed. And every motherfucker that come into office in Columbus need to be asked by somebody in our community, what do they think about reparations? Every motherfucker, what do you think about the criminal justice system? What do you think about the police force?
Right, yeah. I remember, I don't know if you remember this politician, but he was running for president, Republican, Ron Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He was accused of being a racist and all that, but let me tell you something. He was the only politician I ever heard address the injustice for American Africans in the criminal justice system. He wanted to do away with all drug laws. All drugs would be legal. And he said that he also wanted to release all nonviolent drug offenders. And this will be beneficial to the black community because it's their black men who are being incarcerated under these laws like that. That's who's going to jail and setting up families. And I remember listening to him one day. Now, he's been called a racist or whatever, but he's the only politician that addressed something that I cared about.
Right.
Everybody who's been president, I still done made about the
even the one that was supposed to be from us. Right. Didn't address shit like that.
I heard him say that, I was Team Ron Paul, because that's something that affects me directly. But nobody was on him. Black people couldn't stand
because they don't listen like you.
As a racist or whatever. I don't care if he don't like black people or not. I don't care. But that piece right there would be a big significant. And to release all the non-violent offenders that were African American that were put on drug charges, he was going to pardon them all.
But you know, and you know that. See now, but the whole piece was there was nobody on our side to post his story. There was no conscious community piece that's going through our communities, talking to all of the eligible voters, right? That's with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost, dude, if we really think about how many of us, because some of us have become so frustrated, we don't go to church, we don't go vote, we don't have, hell, a lot of us don't even go to clubs no more. You know what I'm saying? My whole kicking it experience, this is why I love the Kush Family Reunion. Because I actually got to go somewhere with my people. You know what I'm saying? Allende running around doing his thing. You sitting there doing your thing. Your grandson felt safe enough, even though he felt safe enough to climb up to the top of the shit and do some old gangster shit. You know, he say he fell. For all we know, he might have been doing a stage dive. But the point that I'm saying is, he felt safe enough to do that. And we don't get to kick it like that.
I mean, he said he was having a good time. And at first he didn't even want to go, but then he was sitting there, and I was like, he just sat there, then he looked over, he seen Cleve, and then he seen somebody he played baseball with, and you know, he ran on over there, and he told me that the guy that accidentally knocked him down, he said, no, it was an accident, Granny. You know, he didn't feel like somebody wronged him in some kind of way. You know, they was having a good time.
He was having a good time.
Doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing.
And he was safe. And he was safe. See, and this is the issue.
Yeah.
When we are able to bring people together like that, we need to have some type of political, not just necessarily political conversation, but we need to be taking addresses. We need to be taking names. We need to be taking them. We don't even need addresses. All we need is phone numbers, because Superphone has proved to me that all we need is, and we could get people on a mail list, and we'd be like, boom, on election day, here's the conscious ticket. Oh, but
Good idea. When
but brother Hatim,
events, we need to get phone numbers, and we need to have a team that does.
Get on the first thing,
start calling people.
The first thing we need is one of those code things that everybody's smartphone can read, and we need to put that on the next bill that I put together.
Oh, you talking about the funny block thing? Where they can click,
and it'll take you straight. Yeah, it'll take you. So we need that so that I can design symbols around it so that it looks encrypted. All right. Okay. Once we do that, then we need it to be the portal to the website. And right now, with some of the folks that are manning these social network accounts, these are the ones who I would contract and would commission be able to do some of that grunt work, and I'm saying the grunt work not for Columbus or Cleveland, but worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, because what we want to do is we want
to contribute, we want to do for them to be able to contribute editorials and their art into the same conversation. So that's what the Black Phoenix what the Black Phoenix Artist Society is going to do.
Is it simple? It's as simple as having tribes. Local tribes. So you have the local issues in one newsletter, and then we have on an international, national level, we have a basic newsletter format. So we'll be able to pull on these articles that's about big things. But in each newsletter, we have a space for local shit to go down, and that's where that group is responsible for filling that shit up. You're responsible.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we could put together a national and international piece where we're talking about gut health, and we're talking about the 5 parts of the human being, and we're talking about the Gye-Nyame and the Black Phoenix and all this shit, and we're talking about international politics. But we leave a space in that format for individuals to get on there and be like, boom, local. This is what's going on. We had a black female police officer rolls over on breaks the blue wall, and now we know what's up.
Yeah.
Type shit like that.
You know, and yeah, maybe I need to learn a little bit more about this whole thing because, you know, for the past decade, you know, the whole idea for asking permission to be free has never really rang good with me. So filing articles to be declared sovereign is another. Well, you know, that's a whole different conversation. Forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm just my whole piece is it ain't even. I mean, because my issue is just being able to inform people. They don't even have to read the whole goddamn newsletter. But what I'm saying is the key piece is once you got them in alignment. And in a sense, they're putting skin in the game because they're investing in what we're doing. Then we have a list where we can send out, like I said, boom, in Cleveland. All right, Shaka. Who do your team think that who does your team think we need to put on this ticket? Because I'm about to do this international blast for every city. We're gonna do a blast for every city, and we're able to do that because you have to. If you don't got your phone, you have your phone. I could do a blast. And be like, cool, here's the conscious ticket for Cleveland. Here's the conscious ticket for Columbus. Here's the conscious ticket for Dayton. Man, we can take over Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this fucking around.
Here's the thing. Right now, we need to be slingshotting. Locally, we need to be slingshotting. And what I mean is that we need to get behind the fastest car to be able to appeal to the masses because that's how you win in this. And not to say it's a competition with the fastest car. What I'm saying is that when you see BHP closer to 30 years into the Hip Hop Expo, and you know that every single year the Hip Hop Expo is going to be on one date, and the Hip Hop Showcase is going to be on another date, and it's been the same date for the past 20 years, what do?
We support it.
We book our shit for the weekend after.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
so
understand?
That comes.
Not only that, but we contribute to the Hip Hop Expo.
There you go.
Contribute to the Hip Hop Showcase.
You adopt it. We adopt it. See, because this is the issue. We got all these motherfuckers that's see, we got like, for example, when you got something like the Hip Hop Expo that's got a long standing shit, you right. You don't try to do nothing on that weekend. Right? But what we need to start doing is being able, as nation builders, to start adapting shit and making certain days sacred. There's certain days that you don't do shit. BHB, regardless of how you feel about him, BHB has been consistent on this time, so this time is his. So nobody is doing shit. And if they are, we're not hyping that shit through our newsletter. We're not hyping that shit through our platforms. And anybody that does, they violate, and there's a consequence for that shit. See, because the whole piece about us is that we can be conscious 1 minute and unconscious another, and there's no motherfucking consequence.
Now, and see, that's the other piece, Patem, is that's what I realized. I've left y'all alone with because when I come back, it redefines we. You understand? Because you talk about, like, listen, BHB in the community outside of the Hip Hop Expo, like, I gave him his first contract to facilitate breakdancing and turntables. I gave Necessary his first contract to do a lyricist roundtable. In fact, I designed the lyricist roundtable itinerary so he could just step in and be the artist. Right? So all of those individuals that I brought together some 15 years ago, not only did we do the work in the community, but the buyback for me is that they became my band. And that was Soulstar. So BHB was the original DJ for Soulstar. Necessary was the original lyricist for Soulstar. You had Afalia before Soulstar was Soulstar. She was with The Message with us. You understand? So it's like right now, I'm barnstorming. I'm putting the team together with all the all-stars because they got you understand what I'm saying? That's why it's important for us to watch that flick and understand the strategy that we need to be employing right now. Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars. I'm Bingo, and you James Earl Jones. You that old motherfucker that like played Satchel Paige, right?
Wait. Oh, I'm the one that bust up out the coffin. Is that who?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I did that shit. I ain't mad. At first I was about to get mad. You gonna be that pretty soft motherfucker. I get to be the nigga bust up out, fuck up a funeral, bust up out. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm just saying, cause look, I want y'all to check out these numbers. Hold on, listen, because listen, we ain't fucking around here, right? So I'm looking at what Facebook is sending me, right? So they messing up right now, but they say post from Gye-Nyame Journey reached 1,001K. That's small, right? But this is us, 1K people, and have 451 engagements this week. So it ain't me. It's the team. Like, for example, Anubis will pilot Gye-Nyame Journey sometime. Navita will pilot Gye-Nyame Journey during the discussions. We got people posting up on a regular basis, and we are getting engagements. All I'm saying is that everything that we're talking about is in motion right now. Period. Let's go. And just like I said, because, we already got people. I ain't going to say their name. We already got people working on a newsletter. I'm trying. And then on top of that, because this is the only issue, right? Because, like, we got our own RAM on the digital piece, but it just costs money. And every individual that I add, it costs money. So I got up to a certain number that I could give your own email address on Gye-Nyame Journey. But like I said, we got to have people helping. We got to have people, because all this shit is coming out of my pocket, and it's stressing the fuck out of my relationships and stretching the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? But I love it because I see progress, and that's all I need. That's all I need, right? Just a little bit of progress.
Well, you let me know if you need any assistance on the newsletter or
you already on the list.
Whatever.
I'm about to start blasting you in a minute, and you might be getting one of those Gye-Nyame Journey email addresses, because if you're gonna write and shit like that, because we need to start spreading the word, and we need to start
right. And Hashem, listen. I got. Like I said, I have content. All right, I have content, and so really, I feel like I might need somebody to just do an editorial on the essays that I bring. You might not want to publish them as essays, but just because of who I am within the works of things, I think that this is kind of, not only the origin story of me, but the origin story of the philosophy that I live and breathe. You understand? So, one love.
Okay, I'm going to hang up because I got to get moving. I'll listen in.
Yo, and just keep in mind, I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live at in an hour because I'm going to the open house.
Right. Shaka. Listen, dog.
Yep.
You must have not seen my writing. I got some epic shit that I be writing too. So, hey, I'm looking for the content, right? Because think
right.
about this. In a newsletter, we have the ability to cut shit. So you don't have to have the whole story.
All right, so let's get to the meat. What you're saying, what I'm hearing is, why don't you give yours to me, and why don't I give mine to you, and why don't we do post commentaries on our shit?
No, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for a newsletter, all we got to do is cut. And this will, like, for example, I got stories. So what I do with my stories is I cut my stories. So I find a critical point, because this is a lesson that I learned in storytelling. In
work smarter, not harder.
Right. Not only work smarter, but how to attract people, right? Because I get those hormones pumping. I get the motherfuckers, like, for example, you do a story and you start talking about philosophy, or you build it up, and then right when you get to a point where they think they're about to get an answer, you cut that shit. See you next month. Oh, God. Right? See, Shaka, because this is my issue. I'm not even asking you to write. What I'm asking you to
now
do...
for the cure of cancer.
Right.
Hello?
Right, there
Hello?
you go. I'm not even... And then on that, if writing is not your thing, Because people got to understand with a digital newsletter, we no longer are just limited to motherfuckers that write good. Some of y'all might be able to do a 5-minute commentary on camera, or you might be able to do a 5-minute podcast that we might just have exclusively for our people, or you might be able to do some artwork that we can scan in and we can send out, or you might have a song of the week. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
All I'm saying is we need to be able to be able to put our message in different modalities so that people can pick it up. So you might not be able to listen or read my long ass story, but Shaka's song might move your heart and be like, look, I can't wait to see what he bringing out next week. Then maybe you might read my story.
And here's the thing, man, is that we got to, not only do we need content, but now check out what I'm saying to you. We might just need to go ahead and break stuff down as chapters and do books do audio books, because the piece is that chances are most people ain't gonna sit and read that shit.
But listen,
and especially if they try and identify it from your voice and your writing style and decipher like what you
putting stuff for your sisters, right?
Yeah, audio book is the way to go, and especially since we can put that shit on YouTube with some snapshots of what's going on. Our children can illustrate if you know what, and actually. I'm putting Pharaoh to work. That's what he do all day anyway. So now it's just really a matter of applying his claymations to real stories. So, the stories that he would tell right now, I'm pretty sure are going to be graphic and kind of sinister. I'm going to let him get that off because he needs to be able to
get that off. He need to get that off.
Set his own milestones. You understand what
right.
I mean? Like, I cannot censor him when he's expressing himself honestly.
Listen,
you know what I mean? So,
going with that Bruce Lee shit, I ain't trying to hear that.
But the shit is about gore sometimes.
But listen, so this the piece. Huh? This the piece. Listen, all I'm saying is, I'm kind of hurt, Shaka, because you have obviously not ever been to my blog. Ever. Right? Because what you're saying is the shit that I've been doing for a long time. I've been doing the audio. Hell, you haven't even seen some of my books. I got a whole book based on the 7 principles that I got illustrated by babies. I haven't put it out yet, right? But you my friend, you could have seen that shit. I already got, what I'm saying. The whole piece that I'm saying is that what you're saying is shit that's already in motion. What we need to do is not even necessarily get behind it. Is just do what the fuck we do, right? Just take a small piece of that, cut it off. And put it in a newsletter and then give motherfuckers a link to where they can find you. You understand what I'm saying? Boom, all right, boom. This story is written by Shaka, boom, boom, boom. And I could just put a link right in. Since it's digital, we could put a link right in there. They click on your name, and voila. They are at the mind of Shaka.
Right.
And then they register.
And I'm saying right now, what we need while I'm, establishing and maintaining this relationship with these other networks now, is we need projects that are written up and ready to delegate, because like I said, I have access to some tremendous artists who have chosen these platforms because of for whatever reason. I want to understand more about how to move this and to move our my sacred note of time into some cryptocurrency shit. You know what I mean? And so I think that we've got it now. And I think that, after this call, I'm going to need to jet out of here. Well, actually,
nigga, you need to go because we need pictures. I'm about to go on. I'm about to shut this shit down because we'll keep on talking. But the point that I'm trying to make is, Navita brought up a very important point, is that all politics are local. And we need not only to help our people start thinking more about their health, thinking more about their intuition, their mental, their emotional, their spiritual, their physical. I left one out. Intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Okay, all 5. I got all 5 of them. We need to be thinking about all those, but we need to be sharing the lessons that have come to us through via a newsletter, via T-shirts, via hats, via fashion, you know, all the shit that we've been talking about doing and some of the shit that we've been doing, right, for a very long time, and just packaging it and making sure that we're able to influence the people that are necessary to influence, because you say you use the keyword delegate. And what usually happens is that we come up with these plans and there's nobody to delegate to, because we got these big, audacious plans, but it's just me and you. Or it's just you. Right?
Right.
And what I'm trying to build up, I'm trying to find people with interest to do it, because we already got 2 writers that are interested in contributing something to the newsletter. Navita says she interested. Right? And this is just the Columbus tribe. Lord knows what can happen with the Cleveland tribe. Lord knows what can happen, because we got Sharika down in Florida. What can happen with the Florida fam down there? Because she looking for family down there.
Right.
And I know we know some people in Florida. Shit, you know what I'm saying? We should. You know what I'm saying? All the people that we
right.
You know, all the influence that we got, you know what I'm saying? It should be somebody in Florida that we could put her with, that we could trust. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, so the only thing that's stopping us from moving is our proper use of the weapons that the Creator has given us. This internet is a weapon, family. And we need to take this motherfucking blade and cut at our enemies like it's not a goddamn, like we ain't got an issue. I'm cutting your motherfucking head off. So when it come time for election, we need to cut the heads off of those that are just spitting out rhetoric. We need to cut the heads off of those that do not want to deal with our questions directly. Right? So when we throw up a question, one of the major questions on this platform, I don't know about any others, but one of the major questions is, how do you feel about reparations for black people? And what will you do to make sure that this is no longer a fantasy, but is a reality? If they can't answer that shit, they don't even need to be on our ticket. If they're not taking that shit serious, they don't need to be on the ticket. That's just me. And that's this tribe right here.
Here's the other piece, man. Here's the other piece. When we organize the media and it's on our own platforms, now we own a platform that people will pay for that real estate.
Oh, shit. Dude, now.
So this is what I'm saying right now.
Go to Gye-Nyame.com. Go to Gye-Nyame.com. I'm saying the shit is the shit is dead. Hell, I can show you how to set up the BlackPhoenix.com. Matt, I got email address.
No. Listen, I get it. What I'm saying is that having operatives around the world who are building because we're all commissioned through the same source.
Right.
Is this thing. And so what I'm saying to you is that, it's a lot of them who can establish and maintain a lot more a global influence and our support from there. When we get support on that level, Hatem, and we got those contributing to our sites from there, and people from the UK putting their content on our newsletter.
Hold on. Now, for those people that are listening to this, and we, in the past, you trying to catch up, Brother Shaka brought up the UK. Let it be known that the UK will be the place where the decision is made about who glass is bigger between me and Shaka. You laughing? I'm very serious right now. I'm projecting this shit. Me and you are going to be flown over the ocean so that me and you not only could do shows in the UK, but me and you can have the final decision being made in the UK about whose glass is bigger. Period. See, because that's how what we're doing is going to grow. Because listen, dude, what I need people to understand is I was doing this shit when nobody was listening to me. If you go back and you look at my videos, I got videos. I got over 1,000 videos. I got over 1,500 podcasts. Right? I was doing this shit.
Right. You know what? And I tell, and this is what I'll say, so that, listen, let me tell this part. Now, I feel like both of us, at the same time, when we splintered, when I splintered from Columbus, that's when that's when I saw your transformation and mine both starting to happen at the same time. And in doing so, and in identifying the commonality of that path, we had to isolate ourselves from a lot of bullshit.
Oh man, still isolating. It's still, I mean,
Right.
it's consistent.
Right. And in that whole piece where we had to isolate, we discovered a lot more about ourselves based on, this new world, this learning zone that we put ourselves in. Because remember, like I said, the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there.
Damn.
And this,
Say that again. Say that shit again, because a lot of people don't know that.
the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there.
The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Y'all, but go ahead, bro. Go and finish, because I'm about to get mad. Go on.
Hey, man, listen. Oh, man. Hold on. My mind's buffering.
Don't worry about it. You need to start making your way to that place so that you can see what it looked like, man.
Right. You're right. So, yeah. That's what's happening right now. Let me go ahead. Let me talk to my peoples for a second, and then I'll be on my way.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Peace.
All right, family. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Sister Navita and especially Brother Shaka for calling in as they usually do. You know what I'm saying? They daily toasters. We get up and we do our thing, and that's what daily toasters do. You know what I'm saying? You need to join the squad. You know what I'm saying? Get the black signal. You know what I'm saying? Because I send that shit out on a regular basis, except on the weekends. Is catch me when you can. I send them out. But during the weekdays, we're trying to get them out around 5:15. Now we should be able to get them out a little bit closer to on time now, because I'm out of the 21-day challenge. I did 21 days, but now I'm kind of hyped up, so I'm gonna keep on running. So I'm figure out how to do it, because I don't want to put on my shirt when I'm all oily and musty and shit. You know what I'm saying? But because we had the opportunity to make our own shirts, I'm gonna have me about 5 of these motherfuckers laying around, so I'm able to do it. I might even do a color a day. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're gonna focus on the black, because the black is simple, and we're gonna try to get it out to you. The newsletter will be made available pretty soon. I'm still working on it. I'm getting my team together. I got to see who else is interested. Then also those individuals that are Gye-Nyame are going to have to start contributing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, one of the goals of Gye-Nyame is to make each member an author, right? And that doesn't mean that you have to write. You know what I'm saying? You could do commentary. You could just post a commentary up, and we'll put it, and we'll send it out an email first, and then we'll post it up on our site. You know what I'm saying? We'll post it in our blog. We got a blog. You know what I'm saying? You could do just the vocal if you don't want people to see your face. We have the technology to do that, and we could teach people how to do that on their phones. Hell, if some of our young people, even some of the grown folks, they want to come together, they want to do a drama or some shit like that, we're going to support that. But the most important piece, I ain't going to say the most important, but one of the major pieces is what Sister Navita says: keeping the politics local, dealing with the local politics. How do we get the police chief that we want? How do we get the fire chief that we want? How do we guide city council, right? How do we get city council members elected? What is the best structure for the city council for us? You know what I'm saying? What is the policy of the city council, and how does it affect black people, and how does it affect black men? What about the education system? What about the school board? How do we get people on the school board so that we can go and start getting the education that our children need, the education that's directly developed for us, right? You know what I'm saying? How do we deal with the fact that we got that shithole over there where we hold motherfuckers for months on end because they can't afford to pay their motherfucking bail? You know what I'm saying? How much money? You know what I'm saying? Looking at shit like that. Now, I know that could take up a whole newsletter, but we can slim it down, and every election we could come up with a ticket. I'm telling you right now, that's how shit gonna start changing, because motherfuckers gonna start ringing our phones, making opportunities, right, for us, right, to be able to not only speak to these motherfuckers, but get the resources flowing into our community. Why? You know why? Because one of the things that I'm learning as I get older is a closed mouth don't get fed. Black folks, your mouth been closed. We've been taught to suffer in silence. And I'm telling y'all right now, it's no longer the time for that shit. We need to be saying ouch. We need to be saying ouch loud, so that every motherfucker can hear. And we need to be making sure motherfuckers understand that if we are such a small part of the population of this country, how is it that on all of the negative shit, we got the most? That shit is wrong. That shit, you know what I'm saying? The unemployment for a lot of the places where we exist is, for our community, is on the verge of social collapse. Social collapse. The amount of motherfuckers going to jail in our community, social collapse. The amount of motherfuckers that's below the average. Because even, I want you to think about this, even when it comes to the motherfucking numbers, CeeLo pointed us out for you. I did it a couple of weeks before CeeLo did. CeeLo pointed out, without a shadow of a doubt, that even when they talk about the median income, they have to always drop off and make sure that you understand that the median income for black folks is not the median income for everybody else. How's that shit okay? And how in the fuck that ain't part of the conversation that we having? We sitting up here talking about LeBron James going to LA, and it ain't gonna make a fucking bit of difference to none of us what this nigga do, whether he in LA or whether he in Cleveland. It has no direct effect on our lives, except making me feel good. And we got these politicians that's every day up in here not doing shit for us, not even allowing us to be part of the conversations that they're having about the future of the city and the state. That shit has to stop. It has to stop. Every politician that has any constituency that looks like us need to have us coming out their motherfucking mouth. When they come address us, you don't need to come and address us at church and get motherfuckers jumping around with the Holy Ghost. I don't need the Holy Ghost. You know what ghost I need? I need the ghost of data. That's the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I need the ghost of data, and I need the ghost of what the fuck you gonna do. And when you're not doing it, we will have the mechanism to pull your shit out, because eventually, because y'all think I'm fucking around, eventually I'm going to be able to determine who get in office by pushing a motherfucking button and sending out a motherfucking text. That's how powerful we going to be, family. That's how powerful it's going to be, because once the crew come together and we start putting our heads together and we start analyzing some of this shit that these motherfuckers are saying in politics, and we start asking the questions and motherfuckers start answering the questions and motherfuckers stop ignoring us, we're going to change. We're going to change the city. And family, what is important about that, right? In nation building, you understand that nation building starts with the self. This is why we talk about self-mastery in Gye-Nyame. It starts with the self. And you move from the self to the family. And you move from the family to the tribe. And you move from the tribe to the community. You move from the community to the city. You move from the city to the state. You move from the state to the nation. You move from the nation to the motherfucking world. We've been trying to build ass backwards. We've been trying to build from a national level and then work our way down. It don't work like that. We got to start with us. Our homes and our families and our tribes. That's what the fuck we do. And what do I mean by tribe? Because I need y'all to understand, family, this will be my generation. We can no longer have the Black Power retirement account. We no longer can have the Black Nationalist retirement plan. That shit is done. Right? So when we got motherfuckers out here fighting for us, there is no reason why their family should be struggling after they die. There's no reason why these motherfuckers need to be having a GoFundMe to bury them. Normal for me was the last of that shit. we should be ashamed of that shit. That shit bothered me. It bothered me that soon after, because this, I come from this shit. I came into manhood in this shit. And for me to watch one of my elders descend in health in the way that he did and be discarded in the way that he was a fucking travesty and a fucking shame. And then I'm hearing the same shit happen with Dr. Ben, and the same shit happen with Dr. Clark. And all you niggas put on your regalia and you come out and you bury the nigga, but why the motherfuckers was going down? Where the fuck was you at? That's political. That shows you where motherfuckers' hearts were. Niggas wasn't even coming to the hospital to see. And then his wife died. For Nomo's wife died right after he died because shit, she damn near worked herself to death while the nigga was alive. Where was the money coming from the community? All this black power talking, all this, you know what I'm saying, all this protocol and all this village talking shit. Where was the motherfucking money? Where was the bag? See, now this shit where a motherfucker could be part of what we doing partially has to stop. Because you partial motherfuckers is killing the movement. Just being honest. Give a fuck no more. Because I ain't like I said, dude, because now I'm 50. I'm where no one might have known me about 8 years right now. So right now I'm on the verge. So listen, and this is what fucked me up. I called the retirement people who got my retirement account, right? See, a lot of us ain't hip to the game. So I called the retirement people to find out the status of my retirement. So, you know, they was able to do a projection. They said, well, Mr. Brown, if you continue for the next right now you got 8 years paid in, and if you continue for until 20 years, we'll be able to provide you with $320 a month when you retire. What? 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 If that shit is happening to me, because I want y'all to understand, family, a lot of y'all are depending on the retirement accounts that you got, but the retirement accounts you got is not the same retirement accounts that your grandparents had, or the same retirement accounts even that your parents have. The retirement accounts we got, we've been hustled. We've been pimp slapped. You need to look into your money, family. And we need to start hustling and grinding now so that not only can we take care of the elders that we have now, but we set examples so that our young people will be looking out for us. I don't want it to be a shadow of a doubt, right? That when Brother Hatem walk into one of the young people's stores, they're going to give me shit. One of the young people that come from, they going, I already see that shit. I walk into a restaurant, elder, your money ain't good here. Put that shit in your pocket right now. Your money not good here. Time for rent. I'm in one of the young people. Elder, dude, don't listen. That's how it should be. This is how you have down for death elders, because you're able to take care of them. See, but we're not even there. We're not even there economically. We're not even there politically yet. We can't even focus our mind on this shit because we got so much other shit that's just catching our attention, right? You know what I'm saying? I need to have the best furniture in my house. I need to have the best wheels on my car. I need to have the best car. I need to have a $10,000 watch. Who the fuck we keeping up with? Who the fuck we trying to impress, family? Who is it? Who is it? Please let me know. Look, I mean, really, because those that's on the timeline, because I know it's only right now, I don't know how many people on the timeline right now, right? But who in the fuck are we trying to impress as a people? Right? Because the type of impression we doing, buying other shit, buying expensive shit from other people's, is not working for us. And it never has worked for us. Oh, you look good. Oh, man, you look good. You know what I'm saying? But you know what really makes you look good rather than better than that watch? The fact that your ass is going to a black barber and that motherfucker knows the shape of your hair and he's able to cut your shit down and make you look good regardless of whether you got on a $1,500 suit or you got some shit you bought at the thrift store. Now that shit making you look good, but what's actually making you look good is that barber that you probably is underpaying right now. That you probably griping about. This motherfucker got the audacity to charge you $20 for a fucking haircut. But yet you go and you pay $2,000 for a motherfucking watch. The mindset is fucked up. Fucked up. But like I said, that's why we talking about doing the motherfucking newsletter. This should be so that we can start thinking, because wealth is a community thing. I could get rich, but I can't be wealthy without my community. And my children need wealth. My children don't need me to be rich, because knowing now my girls probably be a little bit different. They're a little bit more aggressive. They're gonna hold on, but my son, he gonna get that shit out. Both of my sons, they gonna get that shit out. They're gonna be helping motherfuckers. Why? Because they came up watching their dad do it, and their dad came up watching his grandfather and his grandmother do it. Right? So I'm just doing what I was taught. Dude, you making money? Boom. Everybody around you need to glow. Right? That's the shit that I was taught. I know some of y'all wasn't taught that shit, and I'm going to continue living like that. So now what I understand is that if I want the ball, I got to make sure that at least the 10 closest motherfuckers to me is balling as well. We got a whole crew that's balling. Why? Because then we could buy houses next to each other. Then we could buy cars from the same dealer so that we could start supporting that dealer and supporting the salesman at that dealer and maybe even getting our own dealership. Right? We need to be paying bills the same way. So it's like, boom. So example, we all got gas bills and shit. Why can't we make money off of that shit? Why can't we make money off the electric bill? Why can't we make money off the water bill? You know what I'm saying? And we start thinking like that. That's how I need the 10 closest people to think with me. Right? Because with everything, everybody else is making money off of everything else. My question is, why is it that our community can't make money off of everything we spend? Motherfucker, you wanna have a store in our community? Then there's need to be some money coming back to this motherfucker. You can't just open up here. And if you open up here, you can't stay open up here. You ain't gonna get no support. It's coming though. It's coming. So family, this is Brother Hatem. Make sure you send me the link for my t-shirt. Great Imani fam, make it a great day, because I sure had a great man. And I'm so pissed at Kwame. Let me tell you the story about dealing with people like Kwame, right? So I go to, we ride over to the place, and I find out it's an open bar. I'll be like, Kwame, I'm so hurt right now. Hold on. I said, Kwame, you're going to be my designated driver. And he said, okay. Kwame told me he was going to be my designated driver. And I went to the place and I drunk up, and guess what? Kwame going to sneak away with his wife when it's time for him to drive me home. You believe that? This is what I'm dealing with. Hell. I'm going to send you the link for the t-shirt. Only the family is going to get that joke. Only the motherfuckers that is true to what the fuck we doing is going to get that. Kwame, why you leave me at the party, man? You were supposed to drive me home, man. You saw what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? You knew what I was doing. I was throwing them back. Shit, I hope I ain't tell nobody shit on the way. Tear it up on the way over here. But yeah, Kwame was supposed to be my designated driver. I don't know what the fuck happened. But back to where I'm at, family. Listen. So, y'all need to go and say goodbye to the old school Black Power retirement account. We updating that shit right now. See, because now I'm making elders fly. I'm just letting y'all know, because I'm moving into eldership. Kwame moving to eldership. And, you know, we got certain individuals moving to eldership, and we moving in on some fly shit. We moving in on some slapping up you little young motherfuckers that don't believe you need to pay dues, and that believe that you know everything, and motherfuckers told you that your opinion really count. I'm slapping. See, because I came up, no more let me know. And I'm so grateful. No more let me know that my opinion didn't get... Nigga, your opinion don't count here. Why my opinion don't count? You ain't... Yeah, you ain't even had a shootout about this shit. How many motherfuckers you buried on this shit right here? Buried? None, sir. You right. My opinion does not count. God damn. Man, I was on military. Oh, you was on military. So you was on military, but you couldn't get your brother home, right? I understand, Kwame. I will get you when I run into your ass next time. I will see you when I see you. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. You know what I'm saying? You be depending on your peoples. All he had to do was drop me off. He could have took my car and brought it back to me in the morning. I don't know, you know. But no. Miss Charlotte come out with her sexy voice and shit and just lure the nigga away. And I just have to go and jump through the motherfucking matrix all by myself. That's cool, Kwame. I got you. You need to call in so I can cuss you out in person. I'm just joking. But like I said, only family will get the joke. That was the responsibility of the civil... Oh, the civilian patrol was supposed to get me home? All right, Kwame, I got you, dog. I can't wait to run it. I can't wait to the next per uncle. I'm gonna run into your ass, brother. I'm gonna run into your ass, but you left me hanging. But all right, family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I hope I said something that may have blew up some of your old paradigms. I need to let y'all know, man. I'm gonna send a link out. I'm gonna send you a personal link, Kwame, so that you can get the discount for the shirt. These are pre-orders, and I'm gonna need a little while to get the pre-orders done. Depends on how many pre-orders I get right away, but the shirt will be coming though, because I'm a man of my word. I'm keeping my shit. Just gonna be already laid out the framework for how I can handle it. We about to start booming, family. Just like I said, because like I said, it's time for us to make eldership fly, right? We need to make eldership pay, right? We need to make the organizations we have viable. And they can't be viable unless people put skin in the game. All right? Skin in the game. So I've been talking so long. Kwame went to church, came back from church, got online, was able to get shit together, and still make comments. So I've been on entirely too long. We have been on 153 minutes. On an Imani. 153. We serious here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Alright. So those of you that didn't listen to the whole show, make sure you go back, grab probably about 60 to 70 minutes. You know what I'm saying? About 60 to 70 minutes. If you come on, you can hear the pertinent part of the conversation, because we got into discussing the newsletter and being able... I don't even know if we need to call it a newsletter, because it might need to be I'm gonna think of something, but it's gonna be more digital. It's gonna be geared towards geared towards this modern time, where it's very digital, very engaging, and blah blah blah. I don't know. We working on it right now. I'm experimenting with some different shit right now, and I just got to show people how to use the Gye-Nyame Journey, link, because as far as Gye-Nyame Journey, like I said, with Gye-Nyame Journey, we got our own domain. Which means that, you know, like, for example, my email address is hitim@gyenymejourney.com. We own that shit. That's territory. As a nation builder, one of the first things I had to establish was territory. And then from that territory, I have to establish an economic life, which I have been trying to do for years. Establish an economic life from that territory. Gye-Nyame.com. What is the economic life? Boom, I've been writing books, I've been doing other shit, I've been doing podcasts, trying to establish an economic life. Now we're about to do the newsletter, we got the t-shirts, we got the other shit coming off, and we're trying to establish economic life so that we are able to provide value in your life. Right? But yo, this brother Tim, I'm just rambling. I'm gone. So family, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hot Tim, and of course you know this is a Heart of December production. Just completed a toast, and this is Gye-Nyame Journey, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. I will see you tomorrow morning. We are out. Feed you, don't I? Do I halfway feed you? Do I take the food out your mouth after you get done chewing the shit? No, I give you all the food. So as an explosion, I expect, I'm sorry, speaking to my sacred animals, I expect a whole explosion, homie. Alright, I'm out. Peace out, Spreaker.